Okay, so on this base, the first thing you want to do is spot the places where either double giant bombs or giant bombs are. So if you look around, there's not really any places for double giant bombs, but there's a few places where they might put giant bombs, and that would be possibly these two gaps, although it's not very likely. Any of these gaps around could hold one. It doesn't appear that he's very good at base design, so they actually might be there. Although usually anyone who's decent at base design won't put them on the outside like that. Next place they could be is in these gaps here, 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 and here. That's more likely. Oh, I guess there's another one up here. That also could be where Teslas are, because several of those gaps are near where two air defenses are. Like this one actually is near two at the same time. The second one over here is near an air defense there. And people like to put Teslas outside of air defenses because it stalls balloons and dragons for a second when they pop up, and then adds another structure for them to have to take down to get to it. So, assuming that they're here and here and here, 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 you really generally don't have to worry about them, because those are really easy to set off, so you can just bring one troop for each of those sections and just drop them in. It's not a waste of troops at that point. If they are here and here and there, up top and down below, then that is what you want to use your golem for. Since you're using goho, I would recommend this one right here, this gap, because you can drop the golem out here. It'll most likely target that wall first, but then you drop the wall breaker. Well, drop the wall breakers first, actually. Drop them right about here, because it's out of range of these archer towers. Slightly in range of that one, but they'll break the wall before it kills them. Then drop the golem, and it'll actually target that cannon instead. The other chance is it targets this wall here, so one of these walls, to try to get to the archer tower, because the AI can sometimes be weird. But either way, it walks through this gap right there, setting off the bomb. You want to use your wizards. I usually bring either 4 or 8, depending on how many structures are on the outside that I need to take out to get to where the golem is to help it out. Here it looks like you only need really 4. Probably put like 1 here, it'll target that and that. 1 here to target that. 1 here to target that. And those are all out of range of defenses so far. Assuming there's a Tesla here, it'll have fit in targeting the golem, so even though wizards placed here would be in range of the Tesla, they're not going to get hit. Then you want to wait for the one that you put here, because that one's going to help take out the cannon, but it's in range. If it's shooting at that, it's going to be in range of the cannon, so you want to wait for the golem to get up to the cannon to place it, because you don't want to put it here. That would cause it to kind of path around the base and get taken out by the archer tower before it ever went for the cannon. Well, or at the very least, it would cause it to get to the cannon later than it normally would. You want it to get to the cannon early, so that way it can kill it before the cannon does too much damage to the golem. Basically trying to maximize the usefulness of all the troops you use. Then you want to find the clusters of defenses, because the first part of your attack is done, assuming you've taken out the clan castle with probably dropping a hog just right there. And then, or the barbarian, depending on if the barbarian you use lures out all the clan castle. But yeah, this is easy to draw out. You use 2 poison spells, place them a little ways apart, not like geographically, I mean time-wise. You want to wait till one of them has almost finished its cycle before placing the second. That way, because they don't stack. They don't stack. When you place two on the same thing at the same time, it actually just increases how fast it ramps up to its maximum damage. It doesn't increase the maximum damage or the duration. Although it does start the duration over, kind of, from the second one that you place. So you want to wait till, on a dragon, you want to wait till it's about halfway dead, usually. I usually wait till it's a little past halfway dead, just so I know it's going to kill it with the second one. Now you're onto your hogs. You've taken out the clan castle, you've taken out one of the places where a bomb could be. Now you want to find the clusters of defenses that are in the base. And you can kind of spot a couple of them right off the bat. For example, these are all kind of in a cluster. These are all kind of in a cluster. And these are all kind of in a cluster. You could also look at it as these are in a cluster, but they're kind of spread out, kind of in the same way that these are. But you want to find 3 clusters, because you have 3 heal spells. And you want to maximize the surface area that you're covering with the heal spells to keep the hogs healed as long as possible, because you don't generally have to deal with duration during a hog raid. The hogs are out of the heal spell well before it actually runs out, usually, just because they move fast and they take stuff out fast. So what you want to focus on instead is covering the largest number of defenses that the hogs are on. And you want the edges of the heal spell to overlap the edge of the defense that the hogs are going to be attacking. So you don't want, if the hogs are attacking this one, but they've moved in from this mortar, they're going to be sitting kind of right here. You don't want the heal spell to be only overlapping half the archer tower and not reaching the hogs. Right? So generally, looking at this space, you want to attack the largest clusters first. So I'd actually go in, since you've already taken out this giant bomb for sure, and that one, if there is one there with the barbarians, I'd just drop them in 2 groups like this, because that cannon's dead by that point, and if it's not, they're still gonna just path to the mortar and go in where you want them to anyway. So 2 groups here and here. The first group will target that air defense. The second group will target either the cannon or the archer tower, and they'll sweep through. And you want to wait till the first defense is taken out, usually, because at that point there's a couple defenses targeting them and they're starting to get lower on health. Then you drop the first heal, probably right about here on that wall area right here, and it should cover them all the way, actually maybe even a little farther in, kind of in between the air defense and wizard tower. That way you're covering them for as long as possible as they sweep through here. The second group might cut off kind of over to the left. If they do, that's also good, because you can kind of drop one right in this area, and you'll take out that cluster with them fully healed. The next one, you want to really keep an eye on their health, how many you have. You don't want to let them get too low, because at that point the heal won't really be very useful, because if there aren't enough, they won't be taking out defenses very fast, so that it actually will be a problem with duration, because the heal will run out before the hogs can take the defenses out. So you probably will be ending up using that last heal right around here, because that reaches both this edge of that archer tower and this cannon, and heals them all the way up to this cannon, although it doesn't quite cover it, I don't think, just eyeballing it. and then you only have a couple defenses left after that, which the remainder of the hogs should be able to take out quite easily. And from that point on, it's just cleanup. Also, if you see a giant bomb starting to go off, use a heal. You want to actually be dropping the heal before it goes off, before the bomb itself goes off. As soon as you see it pop up, drop the heal in the cluster area. You still want to be aiming for the clusters while doing that. You don't want to be just dropping it right on where the giant bomb is, because that does waste the surface area as well, and it will result in a messed up raid. Trust me. That's about it. So as soon as you see the giant bombs pop up, drop the heals. Make sure it covers where the hogs are, so that way it heals them up before it goes off. Because a wizard tower hit on the hogs can lower them enough that the bomb will take them out, depending on what level hogs you're using, or depending on what level the wizard tower or the giant bomb is. Mortars can actually do it too. Just a single shot from a mortar on level 3 hogs, as well as a maxed Town Hall 8 giant bomb, will kill the hogs in one hit. Well, 2 hits if you're counting the mortar and the giant bomb separately. So you want to be able to heal them from any previous damage before the giant bomb actually blows up. Because you have like a little less than half a second there to drop hit. And that's about it. After that, it's all just cleanup.